Okay, so today's question is basically what's the update on the energy regarding the world situation, in particular, the situation that we're in, yeah? So it's regarding the jab, the lockdown, and yeah, so basically, what's the current energy? So this is the card that I drew out. So basically, this is us. We are waiting for the ships to sail in. Okay, so we are waiting for the goods to come in. So at first when I drew out this card, I didn't really know who this person is, who is it supposed to represent, until I drew out this card. So this is the clarification card here, and it shows that we have traveled from one place and this is our destination. So we're off the boat and this is our destination. So now we are waiting to kind of like for the ships to come in or the ships to sail in. Basically, we are waiting, okay, for the events to unfold here. So in the past, we were at a place, stormy waters, where things didn't make sense, and we wanted to make sense of all the things, and then after that we were then carried on to another level of thinking. Okay, so now we are at this place, so we are waiting for some kind of events to unfold. Okay, so now we are going to see the movie, and the movie that he is watching, we're going to see through his eyes what are the events to unfold. Okay, so this is the first card that I pulled out. Now I pulled out these cards and then with the clarification cards, one event at a time. Okay, so this is the first event here. So once again, we are seeing through his eyes. That means it's basically us. Okay, so these are the events that we are seeing right now. So this card here shows that there has been some remorse, some regret. Okay, so they've done something that they wish they hadn't done, that kind of feeling. And as you can see, there's these swords up there. So could this be the jabs? It could be. And if you look at the bed frame, here it shows that there is a duel between these two. So one has fallen. I believe that this one who has fallen, who has succumbed to this person here, this person who has fallen is actually him. So he is feeling remorse for that. So yes, he could be, comfortable sleeping in his comfortable bed, but there is a lot of mental agony. Okay, so what I'm getting is that he could have gone through the jabs, or his loved ones, or he is seeing what is happening in the world and things just don't make sense. There could be a lot of injuries that he's reading about or knowing about. And so he is just not liking it. He is having some kind of a mental agony. Now, before I came to that, I also looked at these cards. So first of all, this is him here. So before this situation happened, and I do believe that these are the people who could have gone for the jabs or their loved ones, and now they are seeing the effects. So this kind of people, what happened is before this situation happened, is where they are the kind of people who live their normal life as per what the society dictates. For instance, 9-to-5 jobs, going out to work, accumulating wealth. So this was their world view, or their view on how life was before this event happened. And what happened with this event is that it triggered a lot of confusion for them, because they had to go through this event where, once again, through the lockdown, through the jabs, and it causes a lot of agony for them. And what happened is, as a result, their mind is open up. Their mind is open up. They are very confused now, because what they are seeing is not very pleasant at all. You see a snake, you see somebody with the cloth draped over the head, so you don't know what are their true intentions. Okay, you see that people have been accumulating riches far too much. Okay, you see a dragon, and you see this wreath here, which is supposed to be a good sign, but then is in a cup where there is a skull image on it. So once again, all this just, it is just too much for this person to digest. They are going through a lot of confusion now. So in that sense, it is helping to move them from this spot, which is very one-dimensional, to where their mind is opened up a bit, and they had to go through this event. And this event here, this card that I came up with, it was meant to be, the universal force was actually behind the scenes, making such that this event was actually taking place in order for them to see what the real world is like. They had to go through this. Okay, so perhaps, you know, to some of these people, there is no way to wake them up unless you have something drastic happening, which is, it was planned, unfortunately. Okay, and it was not planned on the earthly plane, but it was also planned on the spiritual plane. Okay, so once again, they had to go through this. It was planned, where they had to shake them up from this one-dimensional view of life into something that they have to consider beyond this one. Okay, so they have to consider the fact that the world is not exactly, you know, it's not exactly as what they thought it is. Okay, and because of that, they are going through some agony, and I suppose this has been planned on the spiritual realm so that this can happen, where their mind they are finally waking up. Okay, so that was one event. Now let's see the second event. So once again, we are seeing the eyes through this man. So basically, this is the everyday man. Okay, and this is the second event that he sees, which is justice. Now, if you look at the justice card here, she looks kind of like satisfied. She doesn't look sad at all. She looks confident. She looks smug. Okay, so it's like she is in the middle of, she's holding up her sword, so she is in the middle of balancing things out. She is in the middle of serving justice. And this justice here, it will be very fast. It will come in all directions. It will be organic. Organic justice means natural kind of justice, is not where it is just man-made kind of justice, which is our legal system. So it goes beyond that. Okay, if we were just to depend on the legal system, it's just not enough. So here, this is a natural kind of justice. Perhaps we're talking about natural forces, but definitely it goes beyond the man-made kind of legal system. Okay, and the man-made kind of legal system, the situation that we are in now, that would prove to be inadequate. So the justice that's going to be served, it is going to be organic, it's going to be natural, perhaps natural phenomenon is going to come in. Now, this is not saying that the legal system will not work, but I think it is coming all together in all directions. Okay, so it is going to come in swiftly and strongly. So yes, and when that happened, what happened is that there is going to be a lot of exposure and revelation, until even the lobster needs to come out of the water to see what it's all about. Now this is the moon card, and as you can see, this is the moon, but I've never seen a moon with spikes before, so I don't know what the spikes mean. At first I thought it was the sun. Okay, but anyway, the card here says the moon, so I'm just going to say that this is the moon as well. So the truth will be revealed, and it will be, as you can see here, the setting here, it is at night, and where the moon will be very, very bright. Okay, so the truth is going to be revealed, and it will be very, very bright. It will be very, very clear. Now, as you can see here, the moon's face, the face on the moon shows that somebody looks distraught. So you have all the animals which is looking up at the moon, and the person who is being exposed here, his face is shown on the moon. Okay, so not only will his actions be exposed, but he himself will also be exposed. He looks distraught here. Basically, he feels ashamed for being exposed. He may not feel ashamed for his actions, but he feels ashamed that he is being exposed. And a lot of these people, they're not, they're not ashamed of the activities, of the atrocities they brought, but they want to always put a front that they are so-called, good people. Okay, so this is where they will be exposed and they will feel ashamed of it. So this is the next clarification card. So once again, justice will be served and how it will be served, and justice will come in all directions. It will come in strongly and swiftly, and it will be bright for everybody to see. Okay, the image will be sharp, okay, and it will be bright, okay, and it's like you just can't get away from the exposure, the revelation, the revealing of the truth, because it's happening at night and they're just shining. That means there is really going to be a lot of focus on the wrongdoings of these people. So here basically the next card is the King of Swords, so knowledge will prevail. Knowledge will be king. Okay, so that is how justice will be served. So justice will be served so that, and it will come in all directions, and the bad guys will be exposed, and at the end of the day, the knowledge will be king. Okay, so that is the second event. Now we go back to the moviegoer here, which is basically us. And then after that, I just asked for one more event, because why not? Anyway, there are 3 wands here. So let's just go for one more event. Okay, so because basically this is about us here, and the events that we saw so far is somebody who perhaps went for the, the jab, and then we see how justice is served. And I just wanted to ask, is there another event where it affects him directly, where it affects us directly? And these are the cards that I got, which is the Ace of Cups. So from the Ace of Cups, what I'm getting is that we will be ushering kind of like a period or an era where there will be peace and happiness and, joy. Okay? So here at the same time, this is what I noticed. This is an upside down M. Okay, so if you research it regarding Freemasons, okay, they have this apron with which they wear, and it shows the mark of the M, which is, the reverse of the upside down of this. But this is the upside down of that M. Okay, do your research, Freemason apron, okay, where they have the letter M, but in this case this is upside down of the M. So what it shows is that perhaps during this period that we go in, there will be a period where we don't have none of that nonsense. Okay, so in other words, there will be peace. And these are the clarification cards that I got. So we have the 10 of Cups. Now the thing is, and you have the 6 of Wands. Now the thing is, I did not go around and fish for these cards. They just came out like that. And these cards are very easy to read. Okay, so 10 of Cups, here it shows that in this era, people will rejoice again. We will be reunited. It will be an era where there will be peace. Family can thrive. Okay, so families will be whole again, and that is very important, because for the society to thrive properly, the important component is the family values and the families in all society. So so in this era, it will be an era where families will be able to thrive, children are thriving, everybody is happy and joyful. Now we also have the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands tells a card of where we come back victorious from a battle. Okay, so now if you look at all these cards here, even this, all these tribulations that we go through, okay, so, and at the end of the day, we become victorious. So basically, effectively, we are warriors because of the situation that we are going through right now. And the fact that we are going through it is not an easy situation to go through. It required a lot of us to break out of our mental comfort to face the unknowns and a lot of uncertainties, and whereby we had to make a journey from our current way of thinking to something which is perhaps uncomfortable for us, because you know it is something new. So all these that we have to go through, at the end of the day, effectively, we are warriors in this time right now. So this represents us. So we are victorious. We are coming home, so to speak, and the victory is ours. Okay, and at the same time here, I also got this card, which shows that this peace here, this era of peace, it will prevail throughout the world. Okay, so once again, right now, I asked the cards to update on the energy. This is just the update on the energy now. I don't know how it will go forward, whether it will change or not, but as of today, this is the energy. And the energy is that we are waiting for the ships to come in, and we are seeing through his eyes 3 events. And the first event is this one, that there are some people who have kind of like waken up, but they had to go through this situation. It was planned. And then finally, the second event was where justice will be served, and it will come in strongly and swiftly, and the truth will be revealed, especially on those people who have done us wrong, and knowledge will be king. And finally, the third event, we are seeing that there is an opportunity coming in, or an era coming in, where there will be peace and free from all those, you know, nonsense, you know, the letter M nonsense, kind of nonsense, okay? And whereby the family will be able to thrive in joy and prosperity, and just love, you know, between each other, where we are free again, and where it shows that we have been victorious. So basically, this card shows that basically everybody today is a warrior. Anybody who is born in this era or having to go through this time right now, we are actually warriors. And so once again, this peace that's going to reign, it will prevail all over the world. Okay, so basically these are the 3 events as seen through this person, which represents us. Okay, so yes, thank you.